It was supposed to be difficult. We were supposed to be fearful going to Villa Park and playing. Supposed to be. Welcome to the second episode of this season's Clock Enders podcast. I'm your host, Reginald Dino. Great game we just witnessed. If you're tuning in today, this is right after the Aston Villa Arsenal game at Villa Park versus what the pundits were saying is our banana peel game. And past performances might prove that statement. But I think this is a different Arsenal that we're seeing, even different from last year's Arsenal, which was dominant. I mean, I made a comment in the first episode about the second half of the season where they only lost one game and were scoring goals for fun, and that was a dominant team. This is a different Arsenal from that even. The way there's a couple of things I've seen in the way that we play that concern me a little bit, but again, I think we should have the utmost faith in Mikel Arteta and how he sets up his team and what that game plan is. For me, I've said this last year. I said it many times to the people that know me. I said it last season's podcast. Arsenal played too slow. Okay. We have burners up top in Martinelli and Saka. We have a guy that can get through the midfield as well, and Declan Rice. Even Thomas Partey has another gear that he can get up to. We should be playing quicker when we get the ball, I feel. There's instances in the game where we can play that through ball. It might be risky. Maybe the instruction from Arteta is don't lose the ball, don't give it away. It should be that instruction every game, but especially in a game like this, away from home in the banana peel game. But too many times I feel that Arsenal take what's given to them instead of going in there and taking it. This is how we're going to play. This is what we're going to do. You deal with us. Okay. I don't see us playing towards our strengths. We move the ball beautifully. We defend beautifully. But I think we can create more in the attack just by playing a little bit faster through the lines. That's me again. But again, it's Mikel Arteta's job, and he's brought our Arsenal back to where we are now, which is a fantastic accomplishment. So for those of you that didn't watch it, for those of you that even did watch it, the game finishes 2-0 in favor of the Arsenal. Second clean sheet in a row. Second 2-0 scoreline. Still crying for a striker. Overall, game was well played. I don't think for the first half an hour of the game was. I don't know if that was the game plan for Aston Villa, was just sit back and counterattack and get opportunities that way. But we dominated that game. We being Arsenal dominated that game. The first 30 minutes got a little dicey. A couple of opportunities. I think we made a mistake, and the only time we were ever under pressure is when we made a mistake. Aston Villa did not create anything for us to be scared of. We made a mistake, and they pounced on it, and it could have been very different. The way the game ended up. Ollie Watkins missed a glorious opportunity one-on-one with the goalie. The goalie dove the wrong way, and he missed the whole net. So got lucky there off a mistake by Gabriel. Lucky there. But again, like I said, they get their chances off mistakes that we give them. No one's creating anything from us, and that's kudos to Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff, having these guys defensively sound. Okay, so I love Aaron Ramsdale. He came in, he did his thing. We brought in David Raya. I was the first guy. What are we doing? Ramsdale's one of the best goalies we've had at this club. What are we doing? I get it now. David Reyes saved us today. He saved us today. That goal goes in, it's a totally different game. The one that Onana took it, deflected off Gabriel, hit the bar, came back to Ollie Watkins, point blank with the goalie, and he made an amazing diving save to save that. It's an empty net, and he was able to get his hand across and make the save. That's just for that, he's man of the match. I've given away my man of the match for this podcast or for this game. It's David Raya. That goes in. That game's totally different. Totally different. That goes in. The first goal and that one that Ollie Watkins missed. Totally different game. He saved us. And we always say, even in the other podcasts that I have, Football Weekly, I always say you need a goalie to save you once, twice, well, depending on who's in front of you. And I say this a lot on my other podcast. Your goalie needs to make a save that they shouldn't make. Not every game, but there's going to be a time in one of the games where he needs to make a save that he has no business making, and that was today. I think Andy Townsend was the commentator in the game who said Ollie Watkins should have done better. I would say I would kind of tend to agree with that. I would say, yeah, he should have done better. Maybe angle it towards the corner, but it came back so fast. He's lucky he just got the head on it, and David Reyes sprung to action and kept that out. So all in all, fantastic game. Fantastic game because we won. Those jerseys, that kit doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. I still hate these shorts with that Adidas swoosh down the leg. I hate it. Aston Villa has an Adidas kit, and they don't have the shorts. If you watch the Euros, every Adidas team had that stupid line that goes down their shorts. I hate it. I hate it. Arsenal should be a big enough team to where they can say, yo, we don't like that. Give us just a plain pair of black shorts. Or do something else with the shorts, because ridiculous. Those shorts are ridiculous. I hate. They look like garbage. They look like basketball shorts. Terrible. But still waiting for my local soccer store, Soccer Max, to get that lavender, blue, green, whatever color that is jersey. The third jersey. Can't wait for that. Looking forward to the team wearing that. But Adidas, you're doing well with the kits. All 5 kits that they brought out for all the 5 teams all the 5 major teams, Bayern, United, Juve, Real, and Arsenal. The third kits are fantastic. Juventus third kit is incredible. Incredible. I know we're getting off topic from the Arsenal here, but get rid of those shorts, and you hit another home run with that warm-up jacket. Every Jamaican in the world that supports Arsenal is going to buy that. Is going to buy that. So we'll get into the ratings for this game. Again, nice and quick and easy podcast. No, there was no really issues to talk about. Michael Oliver, whatever, did his thing, I guess. No controversies with the referees. Love seeing goals go by Unai Emery. Love seeing goals go by Emi Martinez. I don't know if I can dislike a player more, but he's he's right up there. I just don't like him. I love watching goals go by. I love it. Love it. Shout out to Unai Emery. Every time I see Unai Emery, I smile. Shout out to Unai Emery. I mean, I have a soft spot in my heart. I've said it many times. I have a soft spot in my heart for this man. Brought in Saliba, brought in Gabriel Martinelli. I believe he gave Saka his debut as well. So he'll always have a soft spot in my heart with the Arsenal, for me anyway. I don't know about other people, but every time I see Unai Emery, I clap him. Actually, I don't. So, but let's get into the ratings. Saturday afternoon, I got a bunch of things to do. So, again, Gabriel Jesus, I didn't see him on the bench. I didn't see his name on the bench. If it was there, I missed it. If he was there, I missed him. So I don't know if he's injured again. We talked about this last week about not needing a striker. if Havertz and Jesus stay healthy. And if Jesus' long-term injury, I mean, maybe we do need to get someone to back up Havertz. But Havertz did remarkably well today. Didn't get on the score sheet, but his industry up top was great, causing problems. Usually we don't cause problems for bigger defenders, but Havertz does. He gets up there and he bangs about with these guys, so it's good. So I've already given away the man of the match. It's we'll start at the back. I've given away the man of the match. It's David Raya with a 9 today. Didn't do much wrong. Distribution was good. He should get a 10. I don't know why I gave him a 9. Distribution was good. We just talked about the save he made, incredible. Calm under pressure. A couple of catches that he made, a couple of punch outs that he made, just well done. Man of the match, flawless performance. Sorry, David. Sorry, Aaron Ramsdale. I mean, if you'll accept the backup role, accept the backup role. But if you want to be a number one, I can't see you beating out David Raya. Sorry. Go to start on the right-hand side with Ben White. Ben White got a 7 last week. I'm giving him an 8 this week. Looked more confident, looked more ready, looked better prepared last week. I think I mentioned that he looked a little bit tired and lost out there this week. This week he played really well. Didn't make any mistakes. Love the fact that when McGinn kicked it off Saliba, Benny Blanco just came back right after and just ripped it off McGinn. I love it. I love that. And that's not an accident. That's Ben White's personality. Okay, so if you didn't see that, try to find that on YouTube. I love to see that. You love to see your teammates come and defend you like that. So he gets an 8 this week. William Saliba, what can you say? He gets a 9 from me every week. This week is no different. Well, last week he got an 8 because he made that mistake, but this week no different. That final opportunity saving tackle against Jalen Ramsey at the end there. You would figure Jalen Ramsey's 5 yards ahead of Saliba, and Saliba made up the ground and made an opportunity saving. I'm not going to say goal saving, but I'll say opportunity saving tackle. Amazing today, solid today, out there winning head balls. I mean, Ollie Watkins is supposed to be the superstar striker. Missed a sitter. Missed an open net head ball, but those aren't him creating any opportunities. So he had it's another forward that Saliba and Gabriel have in their pocket now. Gabriel Magalhaes out there made a mistake actually for the Ollie Watkins first half opportunity. So I'm going to give him a 7 for that. But the rest of the game, he played solid. He's the big guy at the back, going through winning head balls, not afraid to get his foot into tackles. So he played pretty well actually. So I'm giving him a 7 this week because of the mistake. But all in all, a pretty good game overall. Jurrien Timbers, first start of the season second start for Arsenal, first start of the season since the injury. What did he do wrong? Came in, played the Zinchenko role perfectly, slipping into the midfield, your inverted left back, adding to the midfield so the midfielders can get forward, spread out the defense, have Saliba in the middle by himself, Gabriel pushes to the left, Ben White plays on the right, and you have a fourth midfielder coming in to help us, as fourth midfielder type coming in to help you in the middle. Played it perfect. Distribution, great. Was in a one-on-one foot race with Leon Bailey, I believe, at the end. Caught up to him, shoulder check. Kept him in front of him. Well defended. He gets an 8 from me today. Thomas Partey, lowest rated player last game. Pops in with a goal today. Didn't lose the ball. Played a lot quicker. Played a lot better. He was strong with the ball. Was winning tackles. That kid Rogers kind of pushed him around a little bit, but I mean, there's always someone that's stronger than you, believe it or not. So, great display today. My Ghanaian brother, better performance. I don't know if the news of Mikel Moreno deal being done and on his way, I think that's Thomas Partey's the guy that probably loses his starting position if he comes in. But he's given Mikel Arteta something to think about after that performance today. I'm giving him an 8. This is the type of performance I wanted to see from Martin Odegaard last week. Pulling the strings, he should have had the third goal. I don't know. Maybe he got put off by one of the defenders sliding in, but he should have had that third goal. I don't know what happened. He skied it over the net, but whatever. But the intricate passing, the movement, just being a captain, getting guys in the right spaces, finding the people in the right spaces, finding people and giving them the ball where they can actually do something with it. That's the performance I thought I would see from Martin Odegaard last week. And it's good that guys are stepping up in the harder games. We're stepping up in the harder games. And I like that. So Odegaard gets an 8. Declan Rice looked better than he did last week. Again, playing every minute of the Euros, going and playing every single game in the Euros that you could possibly play. He looked leggy last week, looked tired last week. A little bit of an energy injection into him this week. Towards the end of the game, he was making lung-busting runs into the other team's box. I think he set up. I think he was the one who set up Odegaard when he skied it. So great performance today. That's what you want your defensive midfielder to play like. If you're wanting box to box, he was definitely getting box to box today. So he gets an 8 as well. Up to the forward line. I said it last week that the topic was for the topic that I mentioned was for another show. I'm going to say it again. Trossard should be starting over Martinelli, but again, it's another topic for another show. Martinelli was given 65 minutes. I mean, it just seems like, I don't know, it just seems like he's run out of ideas. He runs out of ideas. When he should be going one-on-one with a guy, he's hesitating, looking to pass, and when he should pass it, he's trying to take on 3 or 4 guys. I don't know. He had an opportunity in the first half to go one-on-one with someone who definitely can't keep up. I think it was Matty Cash. He can't keep up with him. Just take him. Just push it to the outside and run around him, and he wouldn't. And I don't know why. No real impact that I thought he would cause problems for their defense. Didn't really no real impact on putting the defense under pressure, the right back under pressure. No, I mean, I saw Matty Cash go down. They're going to bring in some guy who just made his debut last week for the team. I'm like, skin this guy. And he never did. So I don't know what the problem is. Maybe he's been found out. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of a confidence thing. I'm not sure. But we all know that he can step up his level. So unfortunately, he's going to be the lowest player rated this week with a 6. And his subs, the person who came on for him, Leandro Trossard, he gets an 8. He was on the field for a minute and scored. You could just feel the tension leave the stadium from the away section. Just leave the stadium as soon as that ball went into the back of the net. Fantastic goal. Made a couple of great runs. I believe he made the crossover across the net to get to Saka to pass it to Thomas Partey, who hit it first time we scored. So in hockey, he would probably get the second assist. But he for the limited time, the 15 minutes he was on the field, or the 25 minutes he was on the field, impact. I don't want to say super sub because I don't think he's a super sub. I don't even think he should be a substitute. I think Trossard should be starting, and then you can bring Martinelli on when teams left or right back are knackered and have Martinelli run at you now for the last 25 minutes. That's what I think Arteta should be doing. But again, another show. We talked about Havertz a little bit earlier. I gave him an 8. Just banging your body. Sometimes it's not even about scoring. It's about defenders worried about, okay, where is this guy? Because the last time the ball came in the air, this guy elbowed me in the face. So where is he? It's that panic about for a defenseman or for a defender. When the ball goes in the air, it's not just a defender heads it out. It's easy, meat and drink. No, when Kai Havertz is around, there's going to be a challenge for it, and you have to be ready for that physical physical battle with this guy. He's a tall, lanky guy, but he looks like he puts his body about like he's 240 pounds. So, I mean, he didn't score today, but I think he got his foot on one of the balls that one of the deflections that bounced to Trossard for the goal. So he was involved that way. He's always in the right spot at the right time anyway. But today was just kind of like a lucky bounce off of him to go off the defender to put it into the path of Trossard to score. So he gets an 8 from me. And last but not least, Bukayo Saka, what can you say? Gets an assist, goal and 2 assists in 2 games. He's the star man, not the star boy anymore. He's the star man. He gets an 8 from me. Fantastic display out there. I feel he could have taken on some more defenders when he was one-on-one, which wasn't a lot of times because you have to double team Bukayo Saka. And like I said last week, you know what he's going to do. You know he's going to cut in. He's going to fake one shot. He's going to push it again. And he's going to hit it again. And you still can't stop it. You still can't stop it. But I feel when Martinelli or Saka are one-on-one with players, I believe that they should be running at them. Put them under pressure, make the defenders make a mistake. If they haul you down in the box, fantastic. If they foul you, we get a free kick, fantastic. But you have to put them under pressure. And I don't think Martinelli does that enough. Saka, he does, but this game it was more of, I think I don't know what it was this game, but I think he had the opportunity to take on some players one-on-one and chose not to. So all in all, fantastic performance from him. Again, I give him an 8. Arteta, what does Arteta get? I'm not gonna rate any of the substitutes other than Trossard because he played a major part when he came on. Calafiori, I don't think there was enough time to rate him. From what I see out there, he's a big dude, man. Strong guy. When he gets comfortable with this team, he's going to be a problem on set pieces for the offense. He's going to be a problem on set pieces for the defense. He's just a big guy that gets about as well. He had a run in with the Emi Martinez, going up for a head ball. You know, it's just I love that. I love that. So last person we'll say is Mikel Arteta. Clean sheet. David Raya net. Brings on Trossard, made the right substitutions, got Saka off again with 10 minutes to go, giving him some more rest. What can you say? 8.5, 9 performance. Got the lineup correct, made the right substitutions. 2-0 clean sheet. 9 for me for Arteta. So glaringly obvious, I haven't talked about Mikel Merino. Glaringly obvious. Again, I don't believe anything until I see the pictures at London Colony holding the jersey or sitting at the table with the pen, smiling with Arteta this side, Edu this side. I don't believe anything. And I know Fabrizio Romano said it's done deal. It's a here we go. It's finished. It's done. He's on his way to do medicals. I get it. I understand. But I need the signature picture, or I need the holding the jersey picture, and not the Photoshop nonsense that we're seeing out there. Okay, so hopefully that'll be done and dusted this week, and for the next game we can talk about what he's going to bring to the lineup. I don't know if he slots in right away. Arteta's not a type of guy to buy a player and put him right in. Ilkay Gundogan came back to Manchester City this past week. I was watching that game against Ipswich this morning, and he came on with 25 minutes to go in the second half. So, I mean, hopefully we can see Mikel Merino slot in with Rice and Odegaard, or Odegaard and Partey, or whoever he wants to put him in with. In the beginning, I believe he should give Declan Rice a rest, not because Partey's getting in and I want to see him play and blah, blah, blah. No, not because of that, but I think Declan Rice really does need more of a rest. That wasn't really like a holiday that they got. And I mentioned this last week. I'm not going to go over it again, but I think it was only about 4 weeks or 5 weeks from the end of the Euros to the time the season started. And he played in the first game of the season. So he has to be back in training even before that. So it's not much of a holiday for him. So I believe maybe if you can get him a couple of games off, let him recharge a little bit, you know. So and you have a guy that's well capable of deputizing for him. So I mean, that's what I would do personally. But anyways, yeah. So that's the game today. Aston Villa versus Arsenal, 2-0 win to Arsenal. Another clean sheet. Another two goals in the bag. Just an all-around great performance. All the players did well, save for Martinelli. But I believe, like I said last week, he can't play 10 out of 10 every game. So hopefully he comes back in the next game and is more effective. But guys, again, you can get the podcast on YouTube. As you can see, we're on Spotify. We are on Amazon Music. We are on whatever the hell. What's the other one? Amazon, Spotify, Apple iTunes Podcasts or Apple Podcasts. We're on that. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're everywhere. So if you don't agree with any of my ratings and you think that I'm crazy and Martinelli should have got a higher rating because he did this, he did that, shoot me a message on Instagram. I respond to all messages. So guys, thanks for taking the time to watch this episode. I really appreciate it. Come on, you Gunners, and we'll catch you next week.